And winning the championship, you have to be happy with it. After, I suppose, last year you played Ballinderry and you sort of left it behind you.
Yeah, well, it was a totally different game tonight. Just with the conditions and the pitch being slippy, and Ballinderry had men behind the ball, so there wasn't as much space as last year, and there wasn't as many chances. So it's just good to see that the lads were more patient on the ball, and they took the scores whenever the opportunities arose. So they're very happy. It's good to get the win, but it's only the first match, and we look forward now to the Coleraine game on the 19th of September, which we've just heard in Owenbeg. So we'll now prepare for that. So yeah, we're happy.
You're bound to be happy with your start.
With a good start, yeah. One goal, 2 to not. So yeah, it was good, and we maybe even had a chance to extend that further. But fair play to Ballinderry, they came back really well, which we knew they would, and it came back to like 1-3 to 1-2. So at that time we knew we were in for a battle, and that's what it was. So yeah, happy with the start, and whenever the water break, then we regrouped. So yeah, it was good.
You conceded a penalty. I think there's a 3-minute stoppage until the officials decide what they're doing.
Yeah.
What goes through your head when there's the possibility of a black card and you lose your keeper? What do you think
we had Michael warmed up to go in, and we had to make a substitution there. So one of the outfield players was going to have to come off, which would have been an upset, but we would have had to deal with it. This panel is very strong, and they've shown that they're able to handle situations like this. So boys were ready to go in. We probably were lucky maybe that it wasn't. The referee and the umpires took a lot of time to decide it, and then Dermot tucked away the penalty really well. So Ballinderry were really going well at that time. They were causing us problems with their running game, and thankfully then after the penalty we got the next 2 scores, which sort of killed their goal. So it was a good response from us, and that's what we were really pleased about going into half time.
That was a big decision that Nathan turned down and hit an unbelievable kick out for that next score. That was the big thing in the game, the fact that was on the front foot again.
It was. Ballinderry were really good and really well set up on the kick out, so Nathan done really well to find Conor Doherty had made a good run. He took the mark, and then we got the score. So yeah, really happy with that response, and that's Nathan possesses in there. He's a good kicker. He knows his football, and Conor, who's in serious shape out there, he made a good run, and that's what we done. So really happy with that.
Putting something like that in goal is a big call to show you how important the goalkeeping position is. That if you're going to change something, you need to put a central man in there. It was you lose him outfield, but you feel it was too big a game to have the goalkeeper in there.
Yeah, we lose his physicality out the field, but he hadn't really played that many matches for us in the league, and we hadn't got the last 3 league games, and we just felt that it was just the time just to sort of change it for this game. And we're not saying that that's going to be for every game, but it certainly just was a call that we made tonight. Thankfully it worked. I think we maybe only lost 1 or 2 kickouts. So no matter who goes in there, Michael's done a great job and continues to do a great job in training, and he's going to be there. So he could have been in there for the penalty. So he knows it's a panel game, and he knows what's going to happen the next day.
What was the thoughts at half time? You reasonably happy?
Yeah, we were happy.
Or is there regret that you weren't further ahead?
Well, the lads knew from last year that they were 5 points, maybe 6 points up at half time, so they were actually happier that they weren't ahead by that much, because it meant that they had to work harder and they had to keep focus, and but the second half was tight as well. It was nip and tuck, and Ballinderry were really well set up and they were hard to break down, but we showed that on the counter attack we're really dangerous, and we had pace and we had patience, and then we had people like Conor McAteer that come up and score whenever it was required.
This young team starting to come of age. How important was it to get that win? I know it's only a group game, but is there any significance in the win for you?
There is. We knew whenever this group was drawn out at the start that any team, ourselves, Ballinderry or Coleraine, could win the group, and any team could still win the group. So we know that every game is going to be a battle, but the importance of finishing top in the group then obviously it sets the tone for the rest of the season. So that was our target at the start. It's still our target, and we look forward now to the Coleraine game. We'll go and watch them tomorrow night. They play Banner.
a home game for you tonight. You live closer to the pits in Mickey C.
Yeah,
It's a difficult situation. Two brothers managing against each other.
It was. I can't tell you how difficult it is. I just have so much respect for those players, and I'm heavily involved with the youth, and it's just so hard. And I thought maybe after last year that it wouldn't be unlucky enough for it to happen again, but it did. But when you're in a job, Newbridge have me there to do a job. I'm doing that job to the best of my ability, and unfortunately Ballinderry was in the way tonight, but we wish Ballinderry well for the next game against Banner.
Killian, thank you very much for your time.
Right, Michael, thank you.